I'm a Master of Social Work student at UCF. I'm in my third year of a 3-year program, so coming up to the end at the end of this year. Um, I co-founded a club at UCF called Hope UCF, where our mission is to offer suicide prevention, education, training, and advocacy opportunities for the entire student body. So we deliberately recruit students of all majors, all backgrounds, really trying to spark conversations about mental health and like destigmatize um, seeking resources and support. I volunteered with Crisis Text Line for 2.5 years prior to working for 988, which is what I do for work now. So that it was one of the most life-changing experiences I have ever had, and just learning how to support somebody else and being uncomfortable or comfortable with uncomfortable conversations. It changed my life so much, and I wanted to be able to offer a space that offers opportunities like that for other students. But we didn't have something that was specifically around suicide prevention. And I definitely think that we need more opportunities that are like hands-on. And that's part of why I've really enjoyed that we've done things like ASIST and mental health first aid, as well as the QPR. Just students always tell me they really like the hands-on interactive experience training, just because we do get so many like mandatory trainings they do that are just PowerPoint slides. Students seem to really want like an experience from the trainings that they have. I think just in general, at training of any kind, I feel is better in person. Again, I'm part of Gen Z, and we're known for being so tech savvy, but honestly, pretty much every Gen Z person I've talked to is burnt out with Zoom fatigue. We really we really crave those in-person interactions again. I just think that the learning is a lot richer when it's in person like that, and especially with things like role play. Um, if you're doing a role play with somebody being a caregiver and the other person being a person in crisis, so much communication is happening non-verbally, and I think that a lot of that would get lost over Zoom. Not entirely, but I just think it's a richer experience. I had read about ASIST. I read some of the research on like SAMHSA's page about how it improved like effectiveness of 988 crisis counselors who had taken ASIST versus those who had not. So I did expect that it was going to be like a high quality workshop experience, just given the research I had read, but I wasn't sure how the actual like data hour to hour of the training was going to go. I felt like it went by really quickly just because there's such a variety. Like, there would be a time when there's an instructor who's speaking, and then there's another time when you're watching a video with different examples of people who are in suicidal crises. There'd be discussions. There was even the more like a values exploration discussion around like our beliefs around our responsibility if somebody is in crisis, what degree of responsibility we have. Um, do people ever have a right to die? Like, in that discussion, at least I've done Assist twice now, just out of having the club take it, I was there. I love that that discussion is handled so sensitively, and it's so engaging. It's very interesting, and it's not a workshop where you feel like you're given just given information. Like, you really engage with it, and your perspectives get shared as well as hearing other people's. So after it, I definitely feel like I was a lot more comfortable talking about suicide. Um, Prior to it, I had done crisis text line, and my work on 988 is on the chat and text line. So it's very comfortable like chatting or texting, but like hearing myself like do a suicide risk assessment out loud definitely gave me a lot more confidence. And then, again, doing it out loud like that was not something that I had done a whole lot before. But suicide affects everybody, and I think this training really helps people be prepared um, to how to support someone, but also just being comfortable with the topic, and doing it in a setting that feels so supportive. Like, it, that is another reason actually that I like that it's in person, is that when you're having these conversations, this is heavy, but it feels a lot lighter when you see that there are all these people around you who also care, are interested, are there for some reason to learn more, whether it's for themselves professionally or personally. It's a lot easier to have that dialogue when it is in person and you have that support. Um, Again, I think each workshop is so unique just because of the lived experiences of the people that are part of it. But it's very interesting, it's engaging, and yeah, I think it's incredibly valuable use of your time.